Top 10 Bravest Dogs Throughout History. Meet the dog heroes who have created history. There have been many times in our lives when a dog has saved us from potentially dangerous situations. Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. Today we are going to talk about the top 10 bravest dogs throughout history. Before we get started with the video, don't forget to smash the like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get started. Number 10. Rags. During World War I, the United States 1st Infantry Division was accompanied by Rags, a terrier mix of various breeds. Private James Donovan discovered the dog while in Paris, and at first he utilized the fact that he had discovered the puppy to avoid being incarcerated for being gone without leave. He returned to his work, taking the dog with him to serve as the division's mascot. Rags rapidly found work as a carrier dog, traveling across dangerous terrain to deliver letters to other stations. After being involved in a serious chemical attack, Rags and Donovan both returned to the United States. Rags was the only one who survived the trauma, but he went on to become a well-known personality throughout the country, eventually rising to the rank of lieutenant colonel. Donovan died in the hospital. His funeral was held in Silver Spring, Maryland, with full military honors. Number 9. Moustache. Moustache, a black poodle, is certainly the most unusual addition to this list. Despite the fact that many portions of his biography are widely believed to be fake, Moustache's renown spread far and wide, including a write-up in the New York Times. During the Battle of Austerlitz in 1805, Moustache is said to have not only detected and cornered an Austrian spy, pictured on the left, but also returned the French flag to camp after losing a leg in an artillery burst. This is regarded as one of his most spectacular performances. Moustache received a medal for his bravery and dedication. Number 8. Manx. A well-known rescue dog from Hungary, Manx, whose name means paw, was a member of the Spider Special Rescue Team in Miskolc, which is located in Hungary. In the aftermath of earthquakes, Manx and the team went all over the world in search of people who had survived. Manx was well known for his acute sense of smell and the unambiguous signal that he delivered to rescuers to determine whether or not there was a living person buried beneath the wreckage. In 2004, 2 years before Manx's death, the city of Miskolc erected a statue of him, which can be seen at left. Number 7. Tsunami surviving dogs. Not only are humans and dogs best friends, but dogs also look out for one another. When an earthquake and a tsunami struck Japan in March, the country's citizens quickly sought safety in nearby buildings. The dog who stayed by the side of another dog while it was hurt has left the media speechless. The guard dog showed his care for his canine partner by growling and barking at approaching humans. He was likely worried about their health. The rescuers were eventually successful in calming down the dog, which allowed them to bring both dogs to safety. Number 6. Hachiko. The Akita Inu Hachiko is widely considered to be one of the most devoted dogs in canine history. Hachiko would wait for his owner at Shibuya Station in Tokyo each and every day as the owner made his way home from work. The proprietor passed away in 1925 while still at work and was never seen again. Hachiko went back to the railway station on a daily basis, to the point where he even evaded his new owners in order to wait for the return of his owner, who had passed away. At the present time, there is a statue of Hachiko that can be found at Shibuya Station, and the location that Hachiko called home for a number of years is commemorated with a set of bronze paw prints. Number 5. Sergeant Stubby. During World War I, Sergeant Stubby was a pit bull mix who served with the 102nd Infantry, 26th Yankee Division in France. He made his way onto the battlefields of the conflict and finally became the unit's mascot. Not long after they arrived, Stubby's battalion was subjected to a chemical attack. Stubby would then use his excellent hearing and nose to warn his unit of impending attacks, getting the men enough time to put on gas masks. The men would have more time to defend themselves as a result. Stubby grew up to be the ideal search and rescue dog. He was the only dog in history to be promoted through battle, and he was promoted to sergeant as a reward for uncovering a German spy. Number 4. Smokey. Although this Yorkshire Terrier weighed barely 4 pounds, he lived a full life. Smokey was spotted in the dense bush of New Guinea and shortly acquired by an American serviceman named Bill Wynn. According to Yorkie Diddle Dandy's website, Wynn was the one who trained her, and the little dog, which stood 7 inches tall, stayed with him during World War II. While she was away, she entertained the troops and received honors for her gallantry. She is credited with saving Wynn's life at least once by alerting him to the presence of hostile fire aboard a transport ship. After the war, Smokey and Wynn returned to their hometown of Cleveland, Ohio, where they continued to play for veterans and the general public. In the United States, she is commemorated with a statue in Lakewood, Ohio. Number 3. Laika. Laika was a female terrier mix who was snatched from Moscow's streets and shot into history. She was the first living thing to orbit the Earth. Yuri Gagarin was known as the first man in space in 1961, but Laika was there before in 1957. The first animal to orbit the Earth was Laika. Laika earned worldwide fame after being launched into orbit by the Russian spacecraft Sputnik 2. Her bravery inspired people all throughout the world. When it became evident not long after Laika's launch that the Soviets had no plan to safely return Laika to Earth, awe swiftly gave way to wrath. She died from overheating after being confined in the satellite for 4 days. Her ashes were burned up as Sputnik 2 re-entered Earth's atmosphere. Number 2. Belgian Malinois. The Belgian Malinois is one of 4 shepherding dogs indigenous to Belgium. These canines are well known for their ability to perform efficiently in high-pressure situations. The dogs are easily taught for a wide range of duties, including narcotics and bomb detection, personal security, and search and rescue missions, and they are used by SWAT teams and the military all over the world. Although these dogs are frequently confused with German Shepherds, they have a more refined build while having the same qualities of speed, power, and agility. Number 1. Balto. Balto led the final stage of a famed and life-saving medical delivery to Nome, Alaska, in 1925. Sled dogs made this journey feasible. The city was undergoing a severe diphtheria outbreak, and local medical officials needed antitoxins to prevent the infection from spreading to other people's upper respiratory tracts. Anchorage had the nearest available doses. Because of the extreme cold, the authorities had no alternative but to rely on dog sleds to distribute the antitoxins because any other means of transportation was physically impossible. The journey took 7 days in all. By the time Balto and his colleagues set off on their voyage with their cargo, sled driver Gunnar Kaasen, pictured on the left alongside Balto, could not see in front of him. Because he couldn't see in front of him, Gunnar had to rely on the dogs to carry them to Nome without his assistance. Following their arrival in Nome, Balto, who was regarded as a hero at the time, was honored with a media tour. In his honor, a statue was constructed in New York City's Central Park. That's a wrap on the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, let me know by giving it a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.